There are people who tense up the moment someone compliments them. Their shoulders rise. Their breath shortens. Their mind scrambles. They look away or laugh awkwardly. They downplay the praise, redirect the attention, or pretend they did nothing special. Inside, something tightens. Instead of feeling proud or appreciated, they feel exposed and overwhelmed. Where others feel joy, they feel pressure. Where others feel validated, they feel watched. Where others feel celebrated, they feel cornered. These are the people who cannot handle being celebrated. They are not ungrateful. They are not shy. They are not dismissing the kindness of others. They are fighting a reaction that was trained into them long before they knew why. For them, praise is not encouragement. Praise is a trigger. It awakens something deep, a memory, a fear, a familiar sensation of being lifted only to be dropped. They feel as if praise is a promise they did not make but will somehow be blamed for breaking. Celebration feels less like warmth and more like a spotlight. A spotlight that blinds them, a spotlight that magnifies their flaws, a spotlight that makes them feel like an imposter standing in a place they do not belong. To understand why praise feels painful, you have to understand how the early world shaped their relationship with being seen. Many of these people grew up in homes where praise was rare or conditional. Maybe they only received attention when they achieved something. Maybe love arrived only when they impressed someone. Maybe pride was shown only when they performed well. They learned that praise is something you earn, not something you deserve. They learned that praise is tied to output, not identity. Their young mind linked celebration to responsibility and pressure. Every time someone praised them, they felt an unspoken message. Do it again, but better. This created a fear that praise raises expectations, and expectations lead to disappointment. The higher others lift them, the farther they might fall. The more people notice them, the more people can critique them. Praise becomes a demand, not a compliment. Others grew up in environments where praise was a setup, a trap. Maybe they were celebrated one moment and shamed the next. Maybe praise was given sarcastically or taken away quickly. Maybe they were told they were talented, then mocked for believing it. Maybe they were punished for having confidence. Maybe someone made them feel arrogant or dramatic for enjoying a victory. Their nervous system learned that praise is not safe. Praise invites punishment. Praise draws attention to your faults. For others, praise came with invisibility. They were ignored until they accomplished something. They were unnoticed until they exceeded expectations. They learned that their value exists only in what they produce. Approval became survival. They feared losing worth the moment the applause stopped. Praise became a reminder that they exist only in moments of achievement, not in moments of rest. This creates an emotional burden so heavy that celebration becomes suffocating. And then there are the people who simply never learned how to receive goodness. They grew up in neglect, where positive attention was foreign. When something is unfamiliar, it does not feel good. It feels confusing. It feels suspicious. It feels unreal. Praise does not sink in. It bounces off a heart that learned earlier that affection does not come as Ilya. So instead of absorbing celebrational, they brace against it. They do not trust it. They do not know what to do with it. The truth is that praise touches the most vulnerable part of these people. It places them in a position they never felt ready for. When someone tells them they did well, they immediately fear they cannot repeat it. When someone says they are proud of them, they worry they will let that person down. When someone celebrates them, they feel like the celebration belongs to a version of themselves that is more capable, more perfect, more confident than they truly feel. They experience praise as pressure. In their mind, praise is not a moment. It is a contract. A contract they did not agree to but feel obligated to fulfill. And so instead of feeling lifted, they feel weighed down. Instead of feeling seen, they feel examined. Instead of feeling proud, they feel inadequate. Their inner voice begins whispering things like, "You do not deserve this." They do not know the real you. What if you mess up next time? You are going to disappoint them. They are mistaken about you. You cannot keep this up. Praise becomes a mirror that shows them everything they fear they are not. And on the outside, others misinterpret them completely. People assume they are humble. People assume they do not like attention. People assume they are shy or introverted. People assume they are being polite. But inside, the person who cannot handle celebration is not feeling humility. They are feeling panic. Panic that they cannot meet the expectations set by someone else's approval. Panic that they will lose everything the moment they fail. Panic that they are not who the praise claims they are. They do not shrink out of modesty. They shrink out of fear. Fear that they will be exposed. Fear that they will disappoint. Fear that praise highlights their flaws. Fear that attention makes them vulnerable. Fear that being seen means being evaluated. Praise feels like the beginning of a test they never studied for. This is why some people self-sabotage the moment they are praised. They procrastinate, they hide, they downplay their achievements. They avoid positions where they will be noticed. They turn down opportunities that might lead to success. They choose comfort over growth, not because they lack ambition, but because ambition attracts celebration, and celebration attracts pressure. They push away good things because good things come with expectations. And yet, beneath all of this fear, there is something tender, something honest, something that reveals the truth of why praise hurts them so deeply. They want to be seen, they want to be valued, they want to feel appreciated, but they want it without the pressure, without the performance, without the fear of disappointing the people who celebrate them. They want to feel worthy without needing to earn it. They want to feel loved without needing to impress anyone. They want to feel recognized without being placed on a pedestal that feels too high and too unstable. The breaking point comes when they realize praise does not inspire them. It suffocates them. They begin to feel disconnected from the version of themselves that people celebrate. They feel trapped inside an identity shaped by others' expectations. They feel like a performer in their own life, not because they want applause, but because they fear failing the audience. One day, they finally admit something they have never said out loud. They are tired of shrinking during moments that should feel like growth. They are tired of feeling pressure where joy should live. They are tired of feeling like every compliment is a responsibility. They are tired of thinking that celebration is something they must live up to, instead of something they can receive. This realization is the beginning of healing. Healing begins with separating praise from obligation. When someone says, "I am proud of you," it does not mean they expect something from you. It means they see you. When someone compliments your work, it does not mean you must outperform yourself next time. It means you mattered. When someone celebrates you, it does not mean you are now responsible for maintaining perfection. It means someone noticed your effort. Praise is not a burden. Praise is a reflection, but no one ever taught them that. They were taught that praise equals responsibility. They were taught that attention equals exposure. They were taught that celebration equals pressure. Healing means unlearning these associations one moment at a time. It means allowing praise to land gently. It means breathing through the discomfort instead of shrinking from it. It means listening to compliments without translating them into expectations. It means understanding that appreciation is not a test. It is a gift. Slowly, something shifts inside them. They begin to feel the warmth instead of the fear. They begin to let others celebrate them without feeling obligated to perform. They begin to understand that being seen does not always mean being judged. They begin to separate their worth from their achievements. They begin to see praise as something that acknowledges who they are, not something that demands what they must become. And as this shift takes root, they realize something profound. They never feared praise. They feared the weight that once came with it. They feared the conditions. They feared the expectations. They feared the judgment disguised as encouragement. But praise itself was never the enemy. They are allowed to feel joy. They are allowed to feel proud. They are allowed to feel recognized without fear. Praise does not have to be pressured. It can be connection. It can be affirmation. It can be love. And they deserve to receive it freely. You deserve to be celebrated without shrinking. You deserve to be seen without feeling scared. You deserve to feel appreciated without carrying a weight you never agreed to hold. You deserve to feel proud of yourself without fearing the fall. You deserve celebration that feels like warmth, not warning.